The DPSST Armed Security course is a 24-hour course that we typically conduct over a 3-day period. We have 2 days of lecture material. During this lecture material, we cover a lot of different stuff. We're going to talk about safety considerations, how to safely handle your firearm, how to maintenance your firearm, and how to build a weapons maintenance kit. We also talk about legal considerations. With the legal considerations, we talk about use of force that is spelled out between Oregon Revised Statutes and Oregon Administrative Rule. We talk about when you are legally justified to use force and how much force do you need to use, and then how to effectively articulate that use of force in a report. Some of the other things that we talk about are how to interact with local law enforcement. What are you going to do after you have already used force, and how do you communicate with dispatch and law enforcement that's arriving on the scene after you have used your firearm? Some of the other things that we're going to cover in this course are going to be the 5 main types of handguns. Now, you may only use 1 or 2 different types of handguns for security work. However, it's really important to understand the different types of firearms that are out there in case that you come across one in the field. We're also going to talk about selection, how to choose the correct firearm for you. Some of the other aspects that we're going to cover are ammunition. There's a lot of different types of ammunition out there. We definitely talk about full metal jackets, we talk about hollow points, we talk about frangible rounds, and how to make a selection based on the environment that you're going to be providing services in. As part of covering the firearms and equipment, we're going to spend some time talking about how to effectively set up your duty belt. We're going to talk about the types of holsters that are out there and how to choose the correct type of equipment when you're going to be providing armed security services out in the field. The 3rd day of the class is going to be your live fire range day. Now, the range day is broken up to a couple of main components. First of all, we're going to start out with a safety brief. We're going to reiterate some of the safety considerations that we covered in day 1 and day 2. We're also going to get into dry fire practices. Now, the dry fire practices are going to specifically work towards getting you familiar with a handgun and having a handgun on your side. We're going to talk about the correct way to draw your firearm. We're going to talk about ready positions, high ready, low ready position. We're also going to talk about how to load your firearm, how to reload your firearm, and we're going to talk about how to clear weapons malfunctions. We are also going to go through the fundamentals of marksmanship, which are really important. The fundamentals are going to include stance, grip, breathing, trigger control, sight alignment, sight picture, and follow through, which are all extremely important when we are trying to accurately engage our targets. When we get into the live fire portion, we're going to start out with an accuracy analysis. This is going to give us as instructors the opportunity to work with you on getting good, effective shots on target. This is going to allow us to identify if you're shooting in a certain area. That goes back to your fundamentals, so we can start giving you suggestions on how to increase your accuracy. From there, we're going to get into shooting from the dominant hand, non-dominant hand only positions, shooting from your kneeling positions, shooting from your prone and urban prone positions, as well as doing close quarters contact drills. After that, we're going to get into multi-target acquisition and teaching you how to effectively utilize cover and the differences between cover and concealment. The culmination of this course is going to be you shooting your PQC1 course of fire, which is the same course of fire local law enforcement actually shoots when they do their qualifications. What you're going to need to bring to class is going to be a valid form of photo ID, and we highly recommend that you bring a pad of paper and a pen. As far as the range portion of the class is concerned, we're going to need you to bring a semi-automatic handgun, 2 spare magazines, holster, magazine pouch, 150 rounds of ammunition, and eye protection and ear protection. If for some reason you don't have that equipment, if you contact us prior to the class, we can provide rental equipment for a very small fee. What we're going to give you at the end of the class is going to be your PS6, which is your training affidavit, and any other paperwork that you would need to apply for your DPSST Armed Security license. In addition to that, we can also give you the paperwork needed to apply for your concealed handgun license. If you are interested in signing up for your DPSST Armed Security course, feel free to contact us directly by phone or visit us on the web at defensivefirearmsinstruction.org, and we'd love to see you in class.